Hey everyone. All right, so I'm sorry. One of my neighbors has had like a fucking laughable attempt to try to get to me today. Baby, I should turn it on you. What you do? You tarot read it. Well, if you turn it on me during my tarot reading, that's evidence that you've been harassing me, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, these people are terrified. And I don't have a shred of sympathy, not one. Listen, I had sympathy before, but seeing as my family is being threatened now that I'm literally like, I'm threatening to move out in a month. I'm not even threatening to move out in a month. I'm moving in a month. And what was done back in Willesden, no, Cricklewood, is the same thing that's being done now. Now perps are shouting their mouth off. I thought the purpose was for me to stay. You don't get to piss me off and have me stay. So you're going to have to pick one, mate. Like, you don't get both. You don't get to piss me off and have me stay where I am. You're going to have to pick one. But you can't have both. You can't have both at the end of the day. And there's another TI who, hang on a sec. There's another TI who basically said, like, he encapsulated it all. I'm not going to reveal his name. But he just, like, the way he kind of explained it, it made me think, whoa, this really puts Cricklewood into context. Because back in London, it was different because there was, like, a system in place. Like, there was Brent Mind, there was mental health services. It's like there was already a system in place. So they had final say on where to move me. Nowhere was private. But now that I'm in a situation where I'm in private accommodation, yeah, it puts me more at risk for definite. Because if I move out of here, well, when I move out of here, I'm at risk. I'm homeless. I ain't got nowhere to go. Don't get me wrong. I'll find somewhere. I always do. But it's on me. If I decide to leave, if I get the paperwork, because that's what I'm waiting on. If I get the paperwork and I leave in the end of April, there is no security for me. But listen to this. He said he's just speculating, but I have no doubt in my mind he's accurate about this, right? They usually set an area where a target lives off. They move into neighboring homes, and if there is a social spot there, then they take it over. With the publicity targeting has garnered thus far, it's pretty hard for them to do this anywhere they please, so your leaving is a major issue for them. I think the same for me, because he's another TI as well. Here, even when my targeting is now largely carried out using satellites, they have moved a lot of specialist tools to this place. And if I suddenly decide to relocate to a country that's not covered by the satellites, they will be very upset. I remember visiting a lady TI I knew on the outskirts of London, and her street gave me an eerie feeling like walking into a large den of sorts. This was even more perceptible when I was leaving. The whole area had virtually been cordoned off, and you could feel the perping going on. Yeah, I'm going to read this last part because he really hit it home here. Stay strong, sis, and be resolute and swift when you make moves. It's not you threatening your family, it's them. They don't own you. So, yeah. I mean, even if... Because the thing is, it's satellite targeting in my case, right? So it is satellite targeting, yeah. But the thing is, like, all kinds of systems have to be put in place to surround the TI. Because remember, it's also experimentation into behavioral control. So there has to be certain setups. If I just up and leave, then that setup is thrown into jeopardy. So whilst I initially congratulated the council on making a marginally responsible decision not to fulfill my obligation, not my obligation, but to fulfill my request in getting the landlords to get that surrender tenancy form for me, whilst I congratulated them on being mildly responsible, because the thing is, even given everything that I've just told you, if the council were to give me a surrender tenancy, it would be completely irresponsible and unlawful for them to do that. So they can't do that. Even if I want them to do it, they can't do that. I've got to do it on my own. So that's one of the reasons why the council won't move me. Even though they've done something responsible, because remember how narcissistic abuse works. They're abusing you using things that seem like rational logic on the surface. And that's always what they do. So there's another angle to my staying here. There's another angle to me staying for as long as they want me to. And that's the thing, as long as they want me to. As long as they have the finances to move me, as long as they have the will to move me, they decide where I go. That's the whole point. And if it's getting to a point where I'm gaining too much control over a situation, or if they feel I'm getting too much control over a situation, then they'll move me. But here's the problem. I'm in private accommodation. It doesn't work the same way. I'm a vulnerable person, yes. And, you know, the council could call mental health, or even the landlords could call mental health, right? But it's still not as tight a network as it is back in London. Because they don't know me here. They don't know me here. So even if I make myself vulnerable by leaving, there's only a certain amount of control they actually have, which is why they're scrambling to keep me here. And as for that fucking display earlier, that idiot is scared for her family. Because now she realizes what kind of ball game is being played here. I've literally been threatened. My family has been threatened. They said if you don't stay, basically they said if you don't stay, we're going to kill your family and make it look like you did it. Now, I don't take them seriously because I get death threats a lot. This is nothing new. You know, as a TI, you get death threats. You do get death threats as a TI. So I laughed it off. I probably shouldn't have done that because it wasn't my safety to laugh off. But TIs get this all the time. We get death threats and stuff like that all the time. It's nothing fucking new. You know, nothing new to us. And the libel thing, like, how are you going to turn around and say somebody that I know has had their whole family killed and they were framed for it? This woman's walking around free as a bird. How was she framed for anything? So death threats against me and libel against another TI. But anyway, my point is, that's why they're trying to make sure that I stay by any means necessary. That's why mental health has been showing up here. That's why there are fake claims to get me sectioned, because they cannot have me up in and walking out. The situation is too vulnerable for them to manage. But hear what? They don't get to keep pissing me off and have me stay. So they're going to have to make they have a real decision to make. They know them children ain't got no self-control and can't shut the fuck up worth of shit. So now everybody's got a real decision to make. Because I'm not going to stay here and put up with 5 straight years of fuckery again. I'm not doing it. So they're going to have to decide what they're doing. I don't mind being homeless for what I believe. I've done it before. I've done it before. This shit ain't new to me. And unlike everybody else around here, I can fucking defend myself. With or without the fucking raise. I'm just making some rice now. I'm just cooking some rice. I'm just stirring it, making sure it's cooking right. I stirred that a lot. But yeah, you don't get to piss me off and have me stay. You're going to have to pick one. And they didn't want me having power in this situation. But hear what? I didn't ask for it. You decided to target me. You decided to target me, didn't know who the fuck you were dealing with. And now you're stuck in a conundrum that involves, what, millions of pounds? Am I fucking wrong? Millions of pounds and lives at stake. I didn't tell you to fuck with me. I didn't tell you to get involved in this. Me and other TIs around this country have been appealing to everybody not to do this to us. We've been appealing for that for quite some time, haven't we? So if people are in a situation that they can't control and they can't, like, whose fault is it? It's not ours. It's not ours, is it? I had sympathy before. I ain't got no sympathy now. Why are you still talking shit even when you know lives are at stake? And people who have been murdered. And people who are being burned right now and suffering immense pain and immense anguish as we speak. You're still fucking running your mouth? Make a decision. Piss me off or have me stay. And no, I'm not bluffing. Ask Brent Mind. Ask Brent Mind staff back in London whether I was bluffing or not. Fucking ask them. Ask them if I was bluffing when I asked for the surrender tenancy form. Packed up most of my shit. Packed up the shit that I could carry. Got the fuck out of Dodge. And left them standing there with their dicks in their hands looking like the idiots they are. Meanwhile, they want to act like they had no idea what was going on. Ask them what the fuck, if I fucking bluff or not. Ask them. Keep fucking lying about me. Keep running your mouth about me. Keep fucking bothering me. And I'll leave. I will leave and throw potentially millions of pounds down the drain. Don't fuck with me today. Do not fuck with me today. And you can go ahead and section me, but you would only be postponing it. Nothing more. Nothing more. Anyway, yes, I did my rice. I'm just waiting for it to do its thing. I think I put the rice in too early, but let's see how it manifests. It's not cooking. Well, it is cooking. You can hear it. You can hear the water boil, but it's like, I'm gonna have to leave that for a bit. But anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. My fellow TIs, I love you, stay strong. And to the TIs who have been supporting my friend in Exeter, thank you so much. She thanks you. She thanks you from the bottom of her heart. So yeah, absolutely. She thanks you. And you guys take care. Bye-bye.